Silvernia doesn't wait for warnings. Innocence doesn't last. Not here. 3 girls, terrified, hoping for mercy, gone in an instant. This is the city you've stepped into, and it's about to get personal. You see, in the heart of this city, darkness isn't just a shadow, it's alive, and tonight it's hunting. Bodies burned, a serial killer on the loose. It's your job as the greatest detective in all the lands to stop the killer who thrives in fire. Welcome to Silvernia, a gothic 19th century Victorian-inspired city where every corner hides a secret, and every secret could be your last. Werewolves, ruthless gangs, serial killers, unconventional doctors, or even simply plots against the Queen. Nothing is safe here. You should know. After all, you're the one accused of the last Queen's assassination. It's why you left Silvernia 3 years ago, but today, you've returned at the request of an old friend, the Chief Inspector. They're having trouble catching a serial killer whose MO is burning their victims to death, but this case runs deeper than you could have ever imagined and has more twists and turns than you could have ever predicted. Welcome, my friends, to Silver Palace, a next-gen 3D action-adventure ARPG set in the Victorian era, featuring gothic fairy tale aesthetics and centered on detective reasoning gameplay. You are a detective, after all, so naturally you're going to have to solve the many crimes that arise in the city using deductive reasoning, collecting clues, and investigating crime scenes. And let me just say, the game certainly does not beat around the bush when it comes to the crimes you investigate. I mean, just wait till we start the story recap, but this all makes sense given the game's art style is that of a gothic 19th century European dark fairy tale atmosphere, which, can I just say, I loved. The graphics are incredible, yes, but to me, my favorite part is the aesthetic of the game. It does a fantastic job at giving you that Victorian England hunting human monsters feel, which, man, I almost cried. Props to the dev for pulling that off, man. I've seen many attempts at that fail. The crimes you investigate appropriately match this vibe, given again, your first major case back sees you hunting down a serial killer who uses fire as their preferred method of killing. Even after completing the main mission of the beta, I just walked around the city and listened in on NPCs' conversations. Guys, I've never done that before. I've never willingly played a game despite not having to because I was genuinely having fun. Honestly, so far as I'm concerned, the biggest sin regarding this game right now, the one horrific feeling I couldn't shake while playing through the main story, it doesn't have a release date yet. And man, I'm getting old quick. But, speaking of the main story, let's recap it. Given we love stories over here, don't we? We love stories, we love lore. Not gonna cover the whole thing though, just up until it happens. What's it? Well, my friends, the story starts on a burning train. You find yourself there all alone and fall out before the seeming culprit, a lady in a carriage of fire called Cinderella, attacks you. The fight is a hard-fought one, but ends with you pointing your gun at a fallen Cinderella before the shot changes to 3 weeks earlier. 3 young women are in a ruined warehouse crying, clutching one another before a mysterious figure approaches, lays down an unknown device that explodes and kills them all. The shot changes to you, awakening on a train after a nap. The newspaper beside you speaks of the coronation of the new queen, and you reread the letter that sent you on the move. Chief Inspector Lauren requests your return to Silvernia after 3 years to assist him with an especially troubling case. You finally arrive in Silvernia, check out the pedestrians from afar, listen in on a few conversations, and find out the kingdom's not been doing so well since the assassination of the former queen. The people are worried because the new queen, Queen Filiana, is rather young, and it's then you sense something's about to happen.
Wait, isn't that the one who...
Who? Who is it?
The one from the papers. 3 years ago. The one who murdered our late queen.
It's the detective!
At a bar with the chief inspector, he gives you the details of the case. Dozens are dead and they have nothing. The detective reveals the real reason she's here is to investigate her brother's murder, who was shot with this bullet and died 3 years ago in some airship attacks. 3 years ago. Around the same time the former queen was assassinated. Interesting. It's then a werewolf breaks into the bar. Before running off and taking the form of a human, you take chase and now have to figure out which one of these humans isn't really a human. You finally find the imposter and take down the werewolf. Later, Lauren tells you more about the case. You rebuild the scene in your mind and try and piece together what happened, and it's then you already immediately begin to recognize some major inconsistencies, such as the melted iron, which would require heat nearly 3 times of that of fire's natural temperature, but more crucially, you find a marking that appeared in your brother's case, so you take the job instantly, but Lauren says you'll need a partner and he'll pick out the perfect one for you tomorrow. A paperboy thanks us for saving him, and we head to our old office, which is in disarray, go to sleep, and wake up in an odd manner.
Oh. I'm so sorry.
She's one of the 3 candidates Lauren brought over to be our partner, but she's illiterate, so we instead relegate her to maid of the manor. The second candidate turns out to be someone named the Red Rose. We find it odd how armed to the teeth she is, and when Lauren catches up with us, she leaves, and he reveals he has no idea who that was, nor what happened to the real candidate he picked. The final candidate is someone named Ashley. Given she's literate and didn't forcibly replace another candidate, she gets the job. So we decided to talk more with Ashley at a cafe, and she demonstrates she keeps up with current events, stating after the former queen, Queen Aguria, passed away, the prime minister became regent until Filiana was of age to rule. With regards to the kingdom's wealth, naturally most of it's tied into the royal family and aristocracies. It's then we get interrupted.
You're fresh out of school. Why choose a job like this?
Well, I've always had a passion for criminal investigations. I studied your cases and became quite an admirer. You fight to reveal the truth and provide justice for the common folk.
What's your expected wage?
None required. I don't want money. In exchange, I hope you'll help me unravel a mystery.
I spent ages looking for you, and you're here! I couldn't believe it when they said you're back! Why, you're already recruiting an assistant! You want an assistant, but skip me! I'm heartbroken.
This is Grimm, a journalist. Sure. Grimm questions why we left 3 years ago after the biggest case of our career fell into our laps. Grimm then warns Ashley not to become our partner because our last partner, our brother, went down in an airship and was burnt to ashes. Ashley then snaps at Grimm, who says whatever, and leaves. Ashley states she'll work for us for free if we can help her solve the case of the stolen silver.
There was a rich man with a hoard of silver coins in his home. He was afraid of covetous neighbours, so he locked his wealth away in a strong safe, and only one key could open it. One day, the rich man's business went south. He decided to open the safe and auction off his silver hoard. But when he opened the safe, only shavings remained. He questioned his servants, suspecting that someone had taken his key, but they claimed that as he always kept the key by his pillow, no one dared to touch it. The man reported the crime, and the police questioned all his neighbours. No one took his key, and no one sold any silver. It seemed there was no other way to open the sturdy safe. The police found no lead. So who stole the silver? And how did they remove the hoard from the locked and sturdy safe?
Back at our office, we find Grim there tussling with our maid, who then makes a quick escape. The next day, we try to solve Ashley's riddle, and just before we're about to provide her an answer, the chief inspector comes in.
Detective! Remember that journalist who kept stalking you? The one called Grim?
We saw him yesterday. Why?
He's dead!
Folks, Grim is dead, burned to ashes, and his death is only the beginning. So, I'll leave it here for now. But of course, the story in the beta stretches a bit longer than this as you do investigate Grim's murder. Maybe I'll cover it in another video, who knows? But this was more fun than I thought it would be.